Look at this splendid light show today. And sounds are not missing either. A couple of those little birds chirping here like crazy a moment ago. And the light continues to emerge forth. I find it rather chilly because of the humidity, but the rain has stopped for a day. We're promised 10 more days of rain. It's like that the full range of the prognosis for the last few days has been filled with 10 days ahead, and it still is 10 days ahead of rain. We had tons of rain the last couple of days, and so there's a lot of freshness in the air, great visibility. The mountains bordering Lebanon. By the way, a technical thing, check out, we have a new YouTube channel for the English language for Magdala. So be sure to check that out. And I put in a link here in this post today so you can subscribe. I ask you to do that. It would be very helpful to get the channel established, to get in a bunch of subscribers right away. And that will be a big blessing for a lot of other people who can see a lot of the Magdala programming. These videos are on my YouTube channel, but the other Magdala one has a tremendous amount of potential, and we do our virtual pilgrimages there, and our series and the daily mass and many other specials we will be developing in the coming years, God willing. So we're just starting it right now, and you can help us to boost that. Yesterday we had a very special encounter. There were 60 plus high school kids came here from a school in Tel Aviv. Very, very clever, very smart kids. They're all gearing in the last 3 years of high school toward, well, there comes out the sun after so many days of rain. It's good to see the sun. Welcome back, sun. These kids are really also a promise for the future. They're studying primarily focused on law and philosophy, and very sharp, a lot of culture. I just had a great encounter yesterday with them. You know, it's great for young people to start learning to encounter the other, the ones that are different, that think differently. Obviously growing strong in their own culture, in their own tradition, in their own heritage, but also to recognize that our world today is so diverse, so different. And here in Israel, the presence of Muslims, of Druze, of Baha'i, of obviously Jewish people of different persuasions, very religious Jews, very secular Jews, to be able to make space for everybody, to live with everybody. And that opening up of our heart, the doors of our heart for others, is really also the opening up of our heart for God. Because the more we stretch for each other, the more we're prepared to stretch to let God's light into our lives, to overcome the darkness. And we have that beautiful psalm today, Psalm 24. Portals, lift up your heads, let in the King of glory. Kaiser Wilhelm came to Jerusalem about 110 years ago, and they opened up the Jaffa Gate. They destroyed the ancient gate so his motorcade could come in, because this great European leader was coming, and it's a pity they damaged the gate, but that's the way it is. That's part of history. You know, we don't control the times of the past, and we don't control the times of the future. We can do the good that we perceive at this time and the way we perceive it. But to open up the gates to let in the King of glory. That's a big theme today. And it's in contrast to other lines in the same story. You know, Malachi, the first reading we have from the prophet Malachi, is also speaking about that great day when the Master of the universe, the Messiah, will come. And yet the only two people that in the story recognize him is the poor little old widow and an old man, and they're people who are praying. They're people who spent their life expecting the coming of the Messiah. They have looked and sought for him. They have, in a certain sense, given everything. And there's a little clue in the story about Anna. You know, here in Magdala, we're developing, thanks be to God, a great sensitivity for the role of women, the presence of women. And Anna is a widow for a long, long time. She was only married for 7 years. But she is a figure of the people who are poor, who are completely trusting in God, who are completely seeking God, who are coming from God. Now, one of the little clues that's in there that I only really discovered today, to be very frank, reading a note on a biblical commentary. And she's the daughter of Phanuel, and I never thought what that really signifies. But Phanuel is a name. It means the face of God. And it's a name that Jacob gave to the place where he wrestled with God in that vision. And he was begging for God's blessing. He was seeking God's blessing. He was fighting for God's blessing, wrestling for God's blessing. And this name was also, it's mentioned a couple of times later on in different books of the Bible as a name. And the daughter of Phanuel, the one who is the daughter of somebody who's wrestling to see God, a God seeker, somebody who's seeking God, who's not laughing at God, who's not despising the idea of God, who's open to creation, open to the gifts God is giving, and open to the deepest mysteries of life. And so this woman is, you know, what a blessing for a child to be the daughter of somebody who's seeking God. And what a great vocation for all parents and grandparents and everybody, really, because we're all one family, to be seeking God, because that forms that maybe sometimes we're frustrated with people don't open their hearts for God. But the fact of one person seeking God makes a huge difference for humanity. It allows the discovery of God's plan. If we're not seeking things, we won't find them. Bless the ones who seek, they will find. There's a puddle here. I'm wondering if I will get a reflection of the sunlight, but I don't think so. Good morning. Can you see a reflection of the sunlight on the puddle from your angle?
No.
No, it's not going to come out there. It's lying too low.
You have to go down to the shore.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I hang out here a bit. No sign? Yeah, it does?
Maybe. A little
Ah,
bit.
yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm afraid of the camera tipping on me. People, I think we'll leave it like that for today. Let us look for that, to be a God seeker, to prepare for God, to open up our hearts, and to have the simplicity of God coming in great humility and simplicity into our lives. And this is the feast we celebrate today. That's why there are a special series of readings, an extra reading from Hebrews, which we read a while ago, from chapter 2. And it's all celebrating this great day when we celebrate the story from Luke chapter 2, going to the temple, and Simeon and Anna recognize the child and call out. And Simeon has tough words also for Jesus' mom, that she will share in his suffering. His sword will pierce her own soul too. You know, pray especially for moms today and the suffering they have sometimes with the children's problems and issues and battle in life. See you later, alligators. God bless you. Oh no, I'm still there. When messages start flowing in, I just touched it by accident. I didn't want to, and it just got me away from the show here. God bless you. See you later, alligators. Have a blessed day and a beautiful day.